All right, welcome back here to The Hill on NewsNation. Questions in North Carolina tonight as two men were detained earlier today at Donald Trump's rally in that state. Police reportedly found weapons in at least one vehicle. It comes as the former president took the stage behind bulletproof glass at his first outdoor campaign event since the shooting in Butler, Pennsylvania. NewsNation national correspondent Robert Sherman joins us live in Asheboro, North Carolina with the very latest. Surreal scene there. Robert, and what do we know about these arrests?
Yeah, Blake, it was about an hour after the former president's remarks wrapped in which we looked out at the parking lot over here and saw this law enforcement presence surrounding one car. And then the next thing you knew, we saw weapons being pulled out of that vehicle, being placed on the hood and the trunk. At least one formal arrest was made here in terms of why there were weapons in that car or if there was any ulterior motive or nefarious purpose behind that. We don't know that at this point. But it comes on a day in which security is certainly front and center. The first time that we saw the former president giving an outdoor rally like this since Butler, Pennsylvania, and the first time that we saw this ballistic glass surrounding the podium. We knew the Secret Service was looking for ways to bolster protection, but that was the first time we've seen this on the campaign trail. Of course, the former president didn't necessarily stay locked behind the glass, as there was actually a moment during the rally which one of the attendees was struggling with the heat, and the former president came down into the crowd, gave that person a hug, so he wasn't behind the glass the entire time. But in terms of what people thought about all of this and the new move, here's what they had to say. Take a listen.
I think it's a shame, but I think it needed to happen. We need to keep him safe.
I think it was smart. I think that they need to do that at every rally, just because of what happened.
So in terms of how much of this we'll see regarding the ballistic glass or how many of these events will be outside compared to inside, that remains unclear. What we do know is the former president is back on the road heading to Arizona tomorrow, where he's set to focus on the border. Blake?
Robert Sherman live for us in North Carolina this evening. Robert, thank you. From that